Hey guys, so I'm going to talk about the Douglas fir. It is also known by a couple other names such as the Douglas spruce, the Oregon pine, and scientifically as the Pseudotsuga. The Douglas fir looks like this, and this is a branch that I snagged from one of the trees in my backyard. It is very cool to see how flimsy it can be, but produce such a big, uh, big tree. And the thing I love most about these trees is that they live for hundreds and hundreds of years. So, if you've ever heard the term Douglas fir, you've probably heard it around Christmas time. It is very, very, very commonly known as a Christmas tree. Uh, in fact, Oregon is known for the Christmas trees, and this one specifically is one of the ones that they're known for. So they have these things called needles, and they hurt when you step on them, sort of like needles. So I wouldn't recommend doing it. But these are what they are. They're about 1 inch long. They're actually significant to the to a leaf on a regular tree. Uh, so they hold a lot of the nutrients in the tree itself. Um, so you can find these pretty much anywhere. I found mine in my backyard. If you've ever been to Mount Hood, you've probably seen them up there. Um, if you look on a mountain and you see like little treetops or something, those are most likely Douglas firs as well. They are very overproductive and very invasive, but in a good way because trees help all of us, right? Um, they're super native to Oregon. I think that the Oregon tree is actually uh, the Douglas fir. Um, so yeah, pretty much this is just your typical evergreen tree, your typical backyard, tall, old, ugly tree. Hey guys, so now that we're doing the introduction on the Pseudotsuga, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the food chain. I think the food chain is very important because, unlike a lot of people think, a tree that's as big as the Douglas fir is will have a huge impact on the lives of other organisms. So I drew a little picture. You can laugh at my drawing skills later because I'm not the best drawer, but here. Okay. So I don't know if you can see this because it's in red, but if you want to pause it and take a closer look, right here I have the tree, the Douglas fir, and the Douglas fir obviously feeds off the sun and photosynthesis, reflection, and then I have a like a termite here that feeds off the tree because I think it's important that we realize that the termite eats all the nutrients in the tree. Um, Even though it's gross and creepy and crawly and stuff. Next I have a bird eating the termite. And then after that I have a snake eating the bird because snakes are gross and nobody likes them. Then I have a bigger bird eating the snake. Um, and then I have the bigger bird eating grass as well. And grass also comes from the energy of the sun because that also photosynthesizes. So pretty much all of this energy is coming from the sun and the rain, and it's all getting put into these two different organisms to make a huge impact on the rest of the world. So I drew a little picture because I am choosing the sword fern because it's similar to the Douglas fir in some ways, and then it's not so similar in others. So the picture, this time it's in pink, so you might be able to read it a little better, but then again you might not. So right here I have the similarities in the tree and the sword fern, and right here I have the differences in the tree and the sword fern. So if you want to pause it, or I'll read it right now. So some similarities with the tree and the sword fern are that both of them photosynthesize, they're both evergreen, they're both native to Oregon, they're both home to many organisms, and they're both invasive. A lot of differences between the tree and the fern is the tree lives for hundreds of years while the fern only lives for 1 to 2. And the tree is very tall and large and sturdy, and the fern is small and flimsy. The tree is removed with a chainsaw, while the fern can be removed with chemicals, not so severe as the chainsaw. And the fern also, in case you didn't know, has the chemical to heal things. If you get stung by stinging nettle, you can heal yourself by putting a sword fern on it upside down and rubbing that on it, and it doesn't sting you. So, just some helpful tips. Oh, that's recording. It's okay. Save your post.